Our topic this morning is biointensive gardening or BIG. But before we discuss, let us have first this legal basis of organic agriculture, which is Republic Act 168. Uh, and the primary purpose of this is to practice organic agriculture in the Philippines to enrich the fertility of the soil, increase farm productivity, reduce pollution and destruction of the environment, and prevent depletion of natural resources. The big is an organic agriculture. So it is important to discuss the Republic Act 168. And if we grow crops with love and respect towards the natural power of the soil will function to an astonishing degree. All the different problems and troubles that harass both farmers and consumers today can be solved through this method of cultivation. So this is the soil profile and fertile soil, the composition of fertile soil. So as you can see, may mga percentage siya. Yan ang composition ng fertile soil. Biointensive gardening is a farming system that stresses nutrient recycling, building up soil biological base, diversified cropping, use of indigenous cultivars or locally adapted varieties, and emphasizes balanced and integrated ecosystem. The big approach is a biological form of agriculture. A small area of land is intensively cultivated using nature's own ingredients to rebuild and then maintain the soil's productivity to improve the soil capacity to nurture. Starting a biointensive gardening, the ideal area is 60 to 150 square meters. So raised garden beds or plots, trellis for crawling plants, and natural fencing like malunggay, kakawati, pineapple, guava, and etc. Things to consider in choosing a site. Number 1, source of water. It must be unchlorinated, available during dry months. Number 2, a well-drained soil to allow excess water to flow easily out of the garden. 3, the soil is relatively fertile for plants to grow, sufficient sunshine, and there is a good air circulation. So the layout for the vegetable production site. Number 1, orient the row in an east-west direction to avoid shading of crops by the trellis. Number 2, beds should not be more than 1.5 meter wide to permit working on the other side of the bed without trampling on it, thus avoiding compaction. Number 3, each bed should be intensively planted. Leaf, fruit, legumes, fruit-bearing vegetables, and aromatic herbs should be intercropped in between vegetables to repel the insects. Layout for the vegetable production site. The fence line should be established around the big areas that will serve as protection from stray animals. Windbreaks, cassava, kakawati, malunggay, lemongrass, pineapple, etc. Planning for biointensive garden beds. Measure 60 to 150 square meters. Divide the area into a smaller size for preparing the garden plots of 1.5 meter in width. The length will vary depending on the size of the land. And if there's still space, trellis can be put up on either north or south of the biointensive garden area for crawling plants. Spread evenly 8 cm thick of the compost over the beds and spray with IMO. Remove hard objects that can hurt the gardener or can obstruct cultivation and clearing the garden beds. Plant, example stones, bottles, wood, a branch, plastic, etc. And don't burn weeds, grasses, instead used as compost or mulching. So in big, i-discourage yung pagsusunog ng mga damo. Sa halip, gawin natin compost or mulching. All types of vegetables, herbs, and spices, there is a basic rule. If you grow it for the root or fruit, you need full sun. But if you grow it for the leaves, partial shade is all you need. More than 6 hours ng exposure ng sun kung tatanim kayo ng mga fruit or root vegetables, But if you are planning to plant leafy type, all you need is 6 hours lang ng exposure.